Typhlosion! Oh, sorry, I'm allergic to the next 7 Star Tera Raid. Okay, that was terrible. I just wanted to introduce the video, okay? Hello, my fellow Pokemon trainers! Lo and behold, peel back your eyes and stare deep into our next greatest and latest challenger. It is mighty Typhlosion, who's coming to splosion our faces off. Honestly, I think this one's perhaps going to be fairly easy, but we've said that before, and then we got a Pikachu that had 100% health Terra Shield, so really anything can ultimately happen, but it is Ghost Terra type, and while thematic as it plays in with Hisuian Typhlosion, it honestly makes him kinda, well, at least on the surface, very beatable. Typhlosion is a special attacker, and a move pool so shallow, the only question you can ask is
that it? Is that it?
As you sadly glance down it. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like Typhlosion. He's not my favourite of the fire starters, but he's certainly not the worst either. As I said, he's going to be a special attacker, as his special attack is inordinately above his attack, and he's fairly speedy too. Now, he is Ghost Terra, as we've said, and really his only option then is Shadow Ball or Terra Blast. And perhaps he could have Will-O-Wisp too to play into that ghostly theme, but let's try and narrow down some sort of moveset here. He'll have Flash Fire, as they all have their hidden abilities, but that doesn't really matter too much, because why would you be using fire moves against him? Past that then, he'll obviously have a fire move himself, likely the Flamethrower or Fire Blast. He might get a bonus Overheat round or a bonus Eruption round to hit everybody extra at certain points through the battle or the start, and then like Charizard, he might immediately recover from the Overheat special attack down. He probably will get like a bonus Sunny Day, I imagine, to make him that much deadlier, and yes, as I said, Will-O-Wisp. The only move that he can actually boost himself with is Howl, and Howl is not the craziest of boosting moves given its +1 attack. And again, he's a special attacker. So he's got to have Shadow Ball, it's his only decent specially attacking ghost move, and then a fire move. If he's going to have Sunny Day, I think Solar Beam is a fair call here, and then past that it gets much harder to kind of decide. There's a potential extra sensory for surprise psychic coverage, maybe even something normal like Swift, as he has a fairly deep normal move pool, but the thing is, I think the most likely solution will be him sporting a good bit of Focus Blast. This gives him a fire attack, and of course it's special, and it means it will beat up all of the dark types that will prove a very effective counter otherwise to this Tera Raid, so I think that's worth keeping in mind. Especially when, if it doesn't have Focus Blast, something like Houndoom would be fantastic, and something like Chi-Yu would be fantastic. Both can be quite specially defensive, both can hit like a truck, and both take essentially no damage from anything else that Typhlosion is likely to do. Though please don't bring Chi-Yu if you're going to do it multiplayer. However, I have to assume they're not going to ignore the glaring weakness that is just bring a dark Pokemon that can handle fire attacks. So I'm going to assume Focus Blast is be there and recommend something different. An old favourite, if you will. The champion of Charizard past! Fluttermane, yes indeed. Normally I like to steer clear of version exclusives, but at this point it's been so long, I imagine everyone has every paradox, especially as you can catch both versions in the same game by just having a friend from the other game stand in Area 0 with you, so that's more than fine. And you may be thinking, oh, what are you talking about? Fluttermane is Ghost Fairy, it takes double damage super effective from Ghost, and Typhlosion's gonna Shadow Ball it, and that's gonna hurt, and yes, that is true. However, it's not actually gonna hurt, and it's not actually gonna matter that much. Fluttermane is insanely special defensive, as we know, base 135, on top of Calm Mind raising said special defense, on top of the fact that Typhlosion cannot raise its special attack. All of this is to say that it's a recipe for very quickly, even super effective Typhlosion Shadow Balls will just tickle Fluttermane, and Fluttermane is faster than Typhlosion, which means your starting turn will be a Calm Mind, which will raise your special defense, which will make the Shadow Ball, which already wouldn't kill you, especially super not kill you. And don't just take my word for it, there's the maths too. A base, max, modest, EV'd special attacking Ghost Tera Typhlosion against a EV'd HP but otherwise normal Fluttermane, Shadow Ball is a 2-hit KO. But the thing is, you will start with a Calm Mind, which will make it a 3-hit KO, and then if we actually were to EV train our Fluttermane in special defense instead of special attack, that takes it to a 4-hit requirement after just one Calm Mind. So basically, Shadow Ball just isn't scary to Flutter, even though it is going to be super effective, and we should be able to cruise as long as it doesn't constantly remove your stat changes, which none of them have so far. After a couple Calm Minds, after a couple fake tears, you will be reverse Shadow Balling him down effortlessly. So let's actually go through the setup and the build here. We have full health and special attack EVs then, and item-wise, for now, without knowing if we need to counter any specific kind of situation or shenanigans, of course we use our booster energy for, well, the free boost to our energy and special attack increase. Then we have our moveset, which is going to be Draining Kiss. If we do for some reason need a top-up, we might have to start the fight with Calm Mind, then Draining Kiss to go back to full health, start Calm Minding up, and so on and so forth. That's absolutely fine. To be fair, we could probably also get away with Shell Bell and just spam Shadow Ball and jobs are goodin', as that also obviously has the chance to lower the special defense of Typhlosion, and again, you're away. That will also go through the Terror Shield, so that's another really good call of some ghost-on-ghost action here. In any case, Draining Kiss, Shadow Ball, Fake Tears, and of course Calm Mind. Lower him to -6, buff you to +6, a Shadow Ball, and you will probably just kill him. At least into attacks you will. For our Terra type, honestly, we want to just all in and stick with Ghost. Again, we're just not taking any special damage, so we just want to amp our own and break through any potential shield. I don't really see this failing. Typhlosion simply doesn't have the damage to break through the special bulk of Fluttermane with your Calm Mind spams and the fact that it can't even get a hit in before you because, again, you outspeed it. At least if it's not fully EV trained in speed, in which case we might need a little bit of speed of ourselves to make sure we do, as I think a turn 1 Calm Mind before it actually does anything will be helpful. Other than that, it's just kind of, yeah, ride the initial few turns, Calm Minding. We have to obviously deal with the timings of when it will reset its own debuff, so it will clear our buffs, and repeat. The point is, it's not going to full one-hit KO a Fluttermane from full health to dead with a Shadow Ball, and the second we can set up Calm Mind, it's definitely never touching us, and then a Drain Kiss and we're back in the room, and we can just cruise from that point. I will honestly be very surprised if Fluttermane can't do it. They would have to really pull some kind of weird shenanigans with this Typhlosion, due to Typhlosion, again, just having an absolutely garbage move pool, and Ghost not being the best of Terra types for it. And yes, sadly, I would have loved to use Annihilate. Rage Fist super effective on this, but the fact that Annihilate will just die to Shadow Ball kind of takes that off the table, and it can't really do anything about that, and any burn ruins it, and yeah, it's just kind of a non-starter. Of course, when it actually comes out, we will do our testing and get you the best way straight away. If it is Fluttermane, it will be Fluttermane. If not, it will be what it will be, but I imagine a lot of you have this hanging around from Charizard, and I would be very confident sitting pretty and just throwing Fluttermane against it when it does come out. For now then, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more. Consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.